What was ruined by rich people? Concerts. You can't even buy a beer at one for what a general admission ticket used to cost, and people still pay for it. I stopped drinking at shows because of it. I have a couple beers in the parking lot, sip on a bottle of water in the show, and not go stand in the bathroom line every 45 minutes. Saves me a ton of money too. Yeah, any sort of stadium event/sports events, the concessions are fucking insane. A 16 ounces tall boy beer costing $18/$20 is the biggest load of BS ever. There used to be a really nice big park in the center of the city where I live. Everyone would go there, it was a nice open space, take your kids, take your dogs, enjoy the fresh air. Then some people from the rich part of town along the edges of the park decided they didn't like the noise coming from the park and pulled some bullshit to buy it out and walled it off so you couldn't go to the park unless you lived in that specific neighborhood anymore. The worst part is a ton of money was spent when they first bought it building it up, adding fountains and children's play areas and redoing the flower beds, and then no money or attention was given to it again and the whole place fell into disrepair, so now even if you live in the neighborhood you can't go there because everything is falling apart and overgrown. So the assholes took the really nice park from everyone else and then neglected it until it became a shithole in the middle of the city. Some of the country's best racetracks have dealt with this similar thing. Track gets built out in the boonies get bought and rich folk move in, complain about track noise, sometimes gets the track shut down. Personally, I believe some sort of it was here first regarding things like parks and racetracks should exist to stop this from happening. This is happening to Cletus McFarland's racetrack in Florida right now. He sunk his savings into resurrecting an old racetrack, made it into a very popular and profitable business that brings in people from all across the country. It's in the middle of nowhere, so they're always free to do whatever they want without noise limits, but some rich contractor bought the land right next to it to develop 4,000 homes, and it's going to put the track in jeopardy. Renting. The overabundance of Airbnbs and $2,000 studio apartments in rural/suburban places is outrageous and ruining the possibility for low-income and working-class people to have a roof over their heads. I live in New York State, and ever since COVID all these city richies are buying up all the cheap places in the country to try and make a profit as if they need any more money. Thrift stores. Oh boy, do I have a lot to say about this. It's off topic for the original post, but I feel compelled to have a rant about the current state of op shops, thrift stores. They've been ruined by ultra-fast fashion. I didn't visit an op shop for about a year during COVID, and when I revisited my old favorite shops, most were overstocked with overpriced shine crap because the old ladies who volunteer to sort clothes don't know just how cheap and shitty it is. The op shop where I volunteer has a long list of brands they won't resell, so at least there's no shine on the shelves, but it still gets donated and it mostly just gets thrown away. Some will be made into rags, but a lot of the fabrics are so cheap I doubt they're even good for that. So people are buying plastic clothes made by people who are almost certainly being exploited, having those clothes shipped across the planet just to try them on and realize they don't fit right, they'll never fit right. Well-fitting clothes take time and money, and then they drop them off to the op shop, which probably makes them feel like they're doing something good, but all they're doing is making someone else get rid of their trash. I used to thrift a lot and found it got ruined right when that damn Macklemore song came out. It's like he told everyone a secret. I used to be able to go thrifting and come back with like 3 new work shirts and a pair of pants for like $15, good clothes too, some with the tags still on it. After that damn song, good luck finding my size at all. The clothes that were left were all shit, and they want $10 for a shirt now. Another thing that contributed to this was thrift stores and places like Goodwill doing their own auction sites. So now they take all the high-value items and auction them off. This makes it pretty much impossible to find a gem on the shelf anymore. Clothing brands. Carhartt, Dickies, Levi's, and many more. Like, why did a Dickies t-shirt go from $15 to almost $40 in a few years? I remember not long ago Champion was the cheap Walmart brand no one wanted. Now it's an overpriced name brand. I don't understand it. Champion is a brand people are shelling out for now? The school says you absolutely must have a t-shirt for gym brand? Good God. You can guess a person's age by their opinion on Champion. Old fucks like me remember when Champion was a premium brand, made the official/authentic jerseys for the NBA, and their tees were $30 plus, which would be like paying $40 to $50 for a tee nowadays. Then, Champion fell off the map before becoming a cheapest brand you could find at Walmart. Then, Champion became a fashion brand again and starting doing collabs with Todd Snyder. Back in the day, Champion was on the same level as Nike for sportswear. Young people are absolutely shocked that people pay good money for Champion sweatshirts nowadays. Old school ski mountains with family vibes and stoner lifties rocking to music. We always watched those silly ski patrol movies about the big corporations coming in and making them yuppieville, and then it happened. New people bought the local mountain and they were desperately trying to find guys to work there. Lots of people were interested until they found out there was a mandatory drug test. Imagine drug testing your ski bums in a legal state. Something tells me that policy is gone next year. I work at a local hill that was bought by a large corporation a little over a year ago. At their introductory meeting for all employees, they said while there is a drug test, marijuana is not a disqualifier. Sounds like a lesson they learned the hard way. I stopped going to professional sports because I can only afford shitty seats. Not worth the effort anymore. For a fun day out with you and a friend at an NFL game will run you around $500. Or you could watch it on your big screen TV at home, which has better play-by-play and angles than being at the game where you end up watching half of it on a monitor anyway. Unless I get tickets for free, I don't even bother going to sporting events anymore. Theme parks. Gone are the days when everyone was equal and you all had to queue, regardless of your income. And even until recently, some theme parks gave fast passes periodically throughout the day. Now, if you've got deep pockets, you can queue jump, making your day a little better and everyone else's a little worse. I haven't been to Disney since 2015 when they still had the free fast passes. My mom went earlier this year and I couldn't believe it when she told me how bad the system is now. Plus everything theme park related post-pandemic has been so crowded you can't even move. I wonder if it will ever be the same as before. Probably not though. Instagram. When it first launched, we were content to post grainy pics of our average-looking sandwich that we made ourselves. Or a mundane selfie. The background and the angle didn't matter. Studies show that since the wealthy started sharing their lives on IG, our collective standard of living changed. And it's trickled down to our influencers mimicking wealth down to average users. We're exposed to yacht parties. Expertly organized and color-coded walk-in closets, high-end facials and party-plan gender reveals. We're benchmarking our posts with professional photographers and videographers, elevating our expectations for everything. Edit, for those saying, just don't use it, it's influenced every aspect of society whether you're on it or not. Collectively, society aspires to a flashier existence. Instagram has inspired new aesthetic-forward businesses like restaurants and coffee shops, tourism, home decor and types of homes, gyms and gym bodies. Fashion. This underplays the hand Meta had in making sure Instagram developed this way. You can't even scroll your own feed anymore without seeing shit from people you don't follow and have no interest in following. It's inescapable now. I used to scroll Facebook for 30 to 60 minutes once a day while watching TV. Then they started ramping up the totally not ads suggested posts more and more over time. Now I'm on there 5 minutes tops over the course of a few days because people I actually know never show up on my feed. I just get in, check for event invitations, and get out. Collecting. In the past few years, the price of little collectibles and things of that sort have gone insanely high. Cards, action figures, you name it, just look up any sub for a hobby and you'll see people dropping your entire salary in one day. Lego. I kind of collect it, but I know I will never own all of the figures and sets I would like, because they're locked away behind such insane amounts of money.